speaks for itself. And the tip to Raven Johnson, who will run the point and get it to Tania Latson, who returns to the lineup today for South Carolina, wearing a knee brace after missing the last 2 games, and she will take the first shot attempt, and a good box out for Tennessee to head the other way with it.
But great box out by every member of the team, and that's why they were able to get the board as Barker goes right to work.
Janiah Barker, the senior from Marietta, Georgia, at her 3rd different school. Latson had it knocked loose. Check out the starting 5 for South Carolina with Edwards in the middle. Joyce, one of the best post players in the country. And that's going to be a traveling violation and a turnover. Edwards comes in averaging 20 per game.
Tennessee a little bit undersized at the 5 spot. So you saw the help side come in off of Raven Johnson while she got the wide open look on the perimeter.
Starting unit for Tennessee led by Talaysia Cooper, a former Gamecock. And Mia Paldo, a freshman from Paterson, New Jersey, runs the show. They are a team that substitutes heavily and gets a lot of fresh legs onto the floor so they can run up and down the court. The standings in the Southeastern Conference coming into play today. Carolina at 9-1, Tennessee right there behind at 7-1.
Already, we're just over a minute into the game. You see the first substitutions for Tennessee. You also see on the dead ball they're going to extend their full court pressure. Key for them is to try to speed you up, get turnovers, make this as fast and frenetic a pace as they can.
Turn you over at this end of the floor, and they shoot almost 50% of their shots at the other end of the floor from downtown. Johnson, the lob in, a touch for Edwards. Front rims it. And here comes Jada Civil, fresh into the game. She'll go coast to coast, hard off the window. And the leak out goes the other way with Latson missing the layup. And the foul is good from Raven Johnson and 1.
So you see the quick shot from Tennessee on one end. Often it's a three-pointer or a quick shot that leads to transition the other way. Tennessee has not been a good defensive transition team this year. Credit Raven Johnson for not giving up on the play, getting right there, getting the O-board, and now the opportunity at the free throw line.
All Raven has done in her 5th year now at South Carolina is win SEC championships. She's won one every year. She's gone to the Final Four. She's won a national championship and is enjoying her best numbers offensively this season.
We were asking Dawn Staley about that earlier today, and she said, you know, Raven scored when she was in high school. When she came here and the talent she was surrounded by, and you see her getting it done on the defensive end as well. So she kind of became more of a facilitator. This year she stepped up the scoring as that's what they need from her.
Ball back to Cooper. She'll try for 3 and hit it. They will launch 31 per game, and if they can get 10 of them to go down, they are in business. Here is Johnson, the 5th year, working on the freshman. They get Edwards another touch inside, and she's fouled by Prawl.
South Carolina will also extend their full court pressure, and here you see Raven Johnson just coming in, active hands. She has long arms, and she sometimes gets blocks that you don't expect. That time you saw the steal, and then Cooper the other way, stepping in confidently.
Edwards is the sophomore from Camden, South Carolina. Recently joined the 1,000-point club. And she's done it faster than any player in the Dawn Staley era over the last 18 years, even faster than Asia Wilson or Leah Boston. Both who had tremendous success here and continue to do so in the WNBA. And another turnover forced by the South Carolina defense. Tennessee trying to force South Carolina to start their offense way out by midcourt. Latson, another lob over the top. Good help coming from Cooper for the steal. Wide wide open look for Prawl. That's off the mark. Latham skies for the rebound and a foul on South Carolina.
That rebound was ridiculous. You said she skied for. She was coming in from the opposite side, read the ball the entire way, then just climbed up there to grab it.
Fouls on Tessa Johnson, her first. Tessa back in the lineup after getting dinged up in their last game. They are without Maddie McDaniel, so they are down a guard on the perimeter this afternoon. And still without Got Makir on the inside, and there's a reach-in foul going to be called on Raven Johnson.
Z Spearman had the basketball out on the perimeter. I'm really intrigued by her. 6'4", long athlete. She's proven that she can face up, attack the basket. Really good offensive rebounder, really good rim runner. I think her future is really bright at the next level as well.
She had 38 minutes logged in their Georgia game. She is playing a few more minutes. They just made another hockey line change, but there are a few players now that are up over 30 per game as Kim Caldwell sort of adjusts to the moment. Sybil, corner three is good. So a couple already here for Tennessee at an 8-7 advantage.
Getting some good looks off of dribble penetration and then kicking out to the shooter in the corner here. Just a stunt from the help defender, and that just gives enough space to get the open three-point look.
So already 10 different Lady Vols have played in the first 3.5 minutes, and they are able to force a turnover and run it the other way, and a missed layup from Barker, and an injured player, Mia Paldo, back out at midcourt. That could be big for Tennessee because the freshman has been their leading scorer in SEC play. Has a handful of 20-point performances. One of the top 10 recruits coming out of high school last year. Edwards drops it off as they attack the press.
Well, how about as a luxury to have your four-player being the one who brings the ball up the floor and facilitating.
Tipped up and in by Barker, and the quick response from Tennessee.
Janiah Barker's come out and been very nicely aggressive on the offensive end of the floor.
South Carolina, after missing their first 4 shots, have now hit 3 in a row. Johnson gets into the paint, floats one up, and that'll go. 4 straight buckets. Off the bounce, nice ball fake to start it for Barker.
And there are times this season where Janiah Barker will just settle for the 3 in that situation. I think that was a really good decision by her. Just a little fake and then driving to her strong right side.
2 ties, 6 lead changes already. And Kim Caldwell, well, check off one of the concerns she had coming in. We have to get out to a good start, and they've done that. First 5 minutes. Edwards, mid-range, one and done. Maya Robertson. Barker going to work again. Missed the chippy. Caught with the rebound. Caught. Look at the big girl running the floor, and Raven finds her.
Raven Johnson navigated that perfectly. Went to the left side. Knew Akot was coming behind her. Waited for the right time to deliver it to her big.
Lauren Hurst, another freshman into the lineup. Shot clock winding down. They got a jack. 3-pointer on the way, and it's good. Talasia Cooper with the basket. 3 triples here in the first quarter.
And oftentimes this season, Tennessee's fortunes have gone as their 3-pointers have gone. So a good start for them from deep.
Last year, their worst three-point shooting game was against Carolina. They've already matched it with 3 triples. And the response from Tessa Johnson. End to end we go here in Columbia. Civil off the nice fake, gonna foul. And that's gonna be a block. Both teams shooting better than 50% so far in the quarter. And Jada Civil will be at the free throw line. You know, already more of a roller coaster ride than last year. South Carolina has won the last 8 in this series. Of course, long dominated during the Pat Summitt era by the Lady Vols. But since Dawn Staley has been around, it has been the Gamecocks ruling the roost in the SEC. And they have won 53 consecutive SEC home games coming in today. McDowell and Raven Johnson now in there together with Tania Latson, who's wearing the knee brace, the transfer from Florida State. Good drive, Joyce Edwards.
Joyce Edwards is so good when she has a little bit of space with which to work. When she faces up at about 15 to 17 feet, she can find her way to the basket.
All alone for 3 is Paldo. And then taken away by Cooper. Leopoldo able to return to the game, had to leave temporarily to get checked out.
See Joyce Edwards when she catches and faces the basket. She's got pretty solid handles, and here she just has a quickness and can find her way and finish around the rim. She can go right, she can go left. Usually when she gets into the paint, she's got terrific balance.
5 double-doubles, 13 times this year with 20 points or better. Off to a fabulous start to her career in her sophomore season. She'll drive, bothered on the shot, and a foul on the drive.
But how good is she? Like right on that free throw line area when she faces up, because she does have a really quick first step, especially for someone her size, a 4 player. Can get by most defenders and then collects herself well around the rim.
More wholesale substitutions coming on for Tennessee as Joyce Edwards steps to the line. The honorable mention All-America last year, All-SEC. And her scoring numbers, the only player under Dawn Staley to average better than 20 in a single season was Asia Wilson. It's only happened once in the last 2 decades. Knocked loose by Latson. Seeing Dawn in her beloved Philadelphia Eagles jersey, she is sporting the Seahawks jersey today in support of a former South Carolina Gamecock. But there is much more to that story to come from Holly Rowe this afternoon. Please.
Well, guys, she's wearing that jersey because Raven Johnson has a boyfriend who's playing in the Super Bowl today. They call themselves the Seatbelt Gang because he's a safety for the Seahawks, and Raven is known for her great defense. Nick Imanwari, she came in wearing these really cool custom pants, repping him and the Seahawks. She can't go to the game today, but she said, when they win, I will be going to the parade. So putting out some good energy into the universe for the Seahawks.
How about that for those two? A game against Tennessee and a Super Bowl. Nice little Sunday, and right on cue, she got the steal and then lost it, and Tennessee gets it back. Lady Vols with numbers. Barker with the finish.
The last possession, Raven Johnson came up with the steal. South Carolina was in their 2-3 zone. They're playing quite a bit more zone this season than they had in previous years.
And they force another turnover.
Just again, Raven Johnson with those long arms, able to get the steal, and the scrum ensues the other way. I mean, just end-to-end action for both of these teams.
This is the lifeblood for the Tennessee style of play under Kim Caldwell. Forcing 6 turnovers while allowing South Carolina just 7 field goals thus far. Approaching a minute to go in this first quarter. Spearman has it blocked by Tornabese, who joined South Carolina at the break. Barker, fade, baseline, no. Long outlet to Latson, running with Tornabese. Tania will attack and run.
We talked about the Lady Vols being susceptible to being run on. Paldo, the point guard, goes in there to try to get the offensive board. So when she goes in to get the offensive board, where isn't she? Running back, and that's one of the reasons South Carolina can get out and run in transition. Typically, you send your point guard back defensively. Tennessee puts a premium on the offensive boards, and it leaves them susceptible on the backside.
Guys, you see the heavy knee brace on Tania Latson today. I asked her about it, and she said, hey, nothing keeps me from getting buckets. And you can see, even on that long play, she's moving well with this heavy brace, despite missing last game with this knee injury.
Of course, the big transfer out of the portal from Florida State, where she led the country in scoring a year ago. As you would expect, her usage rate is down this year playing with South Carolina, but her three-point shooting, her field goal percentage, both have improved this year.
And she's shown that she can play with other really good players.
Yep.
And that's a huge thing for Tania Latson as she's trying to get ready to play at the next level, is showing that you can be on the floor and impact winning even if you're not as high usage as you were at your previous school.
And Hallie's right, she can get buckets. The active points leader in all of college basketball at over 2,400.
South Carolina in that 2-3 zone again.
Final seconds of this first quarter. Tennessee forced inside the arc, knocked loose, and they will not get a shot off.